Villarreal update with me, Jamie Kemble, brought to you by Villarreal USA. A quick kind of recap on Villarreal's win over Almeria today. I wanted to do this from the stadium, but storms of rain chaos over Valencia over the last couple of days, and after the game, it was absolutely soaking. But nevertheless, a big win for Villarreal, a late win. Alexandra Sorloth with a big header at the back post to take all 3 points in the final moments of the game. That was after Gerard Moreno equalised before half-time, with Almeria going in front earlier in the game. Now, there should be a positive recap, but it doesn't feel like one because Villarreal were really poor in the game. A kind of concerning performance, I think. I don't know if a win can be worrying, but it certainly feels like one after what we saw on Sunday at the Estadio de la Ceramica. It was arguably for me one of the worst performances I've seen from Villarreal in the last maybe 3 or 4 years. Just lacking structure in pretty much every element of the game. When Villarreal had the ball, they didn't really know what to do with it. Midfield looked so sluggish. Capu, a big fan of his, but he slowed the game down every time he touched the ball. Parejo looked unfit at times, didn't look like he had the kind of energy to burst away with the ball. I know that's not his strength anyway, but in some moments you need to get a touch out of your feet. He constantly tried to do something clever with the ball and just didn't work out. Gave the ball away too much, didn't chase enough, and he certainly wasn't the only one who put in a disappointing performance. It was just a lacklustre performance all over the pitch. I know Baena has been on international duty, so perhaps more of an excuse for him in terms of his lack of input. He's usually a very energetic and consistent player, but just didn't feel like he was there for Villarreal on the ball and off the ball. Again, defensively, so leaky, big mistakes at the back. Almeria had so many chances to see this game off and get back ahead, whichever situation they found themselves in. Villarreal had a couple of chances, but just not enough, and not as good chances as Almeria, I would argue. And this is a team that Villarreal should be beating pretty comfortably at home. And there is a big but, there is a caveat, there is the fact that Pacheta, this is his first game in charge. He hasn't had long to work with his new players, just 6 days or so before the game. So it's a big ask for him. I understand that. And there's always going to be a strange transition between styles when a new manager comes in and he hasn't had enough time to install a new style. But there are going to be elements of it, a different way of playing. But I do hope this is not kind of the direction that Pacheta is going in, because the way the Villarreal sat behind the ball at times when Almeria had it, we thought Pacheta would be more of a man-to-man press kind of system, and it still may be. Maybe he didn't, maybe he didn't think there was enough time to put it in place for this game. So we'll hold judgment on him. But all I can say is I really hope that it's not the direction Villarreal are going in, given it was just an ugly system of play, an ugly execution of football from Villarreal, not the kind of thing we're used to, not the kind of quality passing on the ball, not dominating possession the way they usually do, not creating chances. Just none of it. Just a very disappointing performance. And I hate to be so negative. It's just such a dramatic late win. Villarreal did really well to somehow come away with all 3 points. Sorloth, brilliant header at the back post. Moreno took his goal well as well. It's hard, but it is difficult to be more positive about the performance that Villarreal put on, but it just wasn't good enough. But the positive side is that Villarreal coming back into La Liga, even with one win, it shows how early it is in the season. Real Sociedad and Real Betis losing over the weekend, and they, especially in Betis' case, don't look a whole lot better, or if at all better than last season. So Villarreal may have some time on this side to work things out over the next couple of weeks, given the season is still young and nothing's going to be decided just yet. So attention now turns to Europa League and getting that campaign up and running. But yeah, a worrying win, if that makes sense, for Villarreal. 2-1 over Almeria, but at least Villarreal are back on winning terms and Pacheta gets off to a winning start at home. As ever, check out Villarreal USA for more in-depth coverage of Villarreal in English. We'll have plenty of build-up this week to the Europa League kicking off, and then back in La Liga over the weekend. So stay tuned and head to the website for more content in English.